Hi guys and welcome back. Behind me you can see I have an Audi RS3 Sportback kindly lent to me by Audi UK for a couple of weeks, because if some of you are not aware, I had an Audi RS3 saloon for about 3 to 4 months and I really did love it, and the Sportback is something I've waited so long to get my hands on, and they said that all their press cars are out for ages, so finally I'm going to have the chance to show you guys around the Sportback. It looks absolutely wicked. It looks especially good in the white that it is in. It's actually called Glacier White to be precise, but it just looks very, very cool. A lot of you guys really wanted to see this car on the channel because some people prefer the Sportback and some people prefer the saloon. Me personally, well, I'm going to tell you a lot more once I've driven it. They drive pretty similar obviously, but in terms of look, let's be honest, the Sportback does look very, very good. But let's have a little walk around it. It's in Glacier White, but I do like the wheels that it comes with. They're sort of like a matte finish with the tinted windows, etc. This car is fully specced out, so I will be talking to you a lot more once we go for a drive. On the back of it, it just looks a lot more aggressive than the saloon. Obviously it is a hatchback. You have these massive exhaust pipes. I always show you guys the exhaust, but they do look really cool. I love the shape of this car, all the lines going down it. It does look really, really good. Look at that. I'll open the door so you guys can see. Let's have a look in here. It's got the sort of diamond type stitching. I love these seats. These seats are really, really nice. Alcantara wheel. We have an Alcantara wheel in here. It has done 2,927 miles, so not very many. We should start it up. So I missed that little blah, 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 blah. When you start it up. It does sound very, very good. Oh, I'm going to show you the setting which I got it on the moment. I have the rev counter on the left and obviously the speedo on the right. I also can have the sat nav in the middle, which then changes to Google Earth, and then you can scroll in and out with that. But if you haven't seen it, I'm sure a lot of people have seen this on my video. I'll go the other way so we can scroll into space. I seem to do this every single time, but it never gets boring. We're back in space. Da, da, da. You can put these up and down as well just by pressing view. This car is fully kitted out, and I think the price of it is close to £60,000. So it is pricey, don't get me wrong. For an RS3, £60,000 is quite a lot of money. It's going to be a cool opportunity to show you guys what it's like living with a Sportback. So anyway, let's get going. Right, so here we go. I'm now in the Audi RS3 Sportback, not saloon. That feels very weird to say that. Obviously having the saloon for so long as my long-term loan car was amazing, but like I say, I've only got this for a couple of weeks, so over Christmas I get the chance to really get a feel for the Sportback. When it arrived today and it turned up at my house, I was sort of thinking, yeah, you know what, that looks seriously cool. It's got amazing looks. The saloon is more, I think, if you have a family, etc. But with this, I looked at it, I was like, that just looks sporty. Funnily enough, the Sportback is sporty. It's all very familiar in here. I still need to set my steering and stuff like that because it has arrived and, you know, someone else was driving it before it arrived with me. Let's talk about the specification on this car. So it is totally kitted out, and all in, the price roughly for an RS3 Sportback is nearly £60,000. But this also has a sports exhaust on it. It also has the ceramic brakes, which are £4,500. Whenever I was driving the RS3 saloon, I was always like, yeah, ceramic brakes, you know, that's fine. And they never really squeaked. When I jumped in this, they had quite squeaky brakes. So £4,500, you know, would you spend that if this is going to be your daily driver? To be honest with you, when I was driving the saloon, I was like, ceramic brakes, that's perfect. But, you know, yeah, they were a little bit squeaky when I drove it. But apart from that, you know, this is obviously totally kitted out with all the sat nav, Apple CarPlay, everything else. See what I mean? That noise is hilarious. I love it. Oh, it sounds so good. It really, really does. But so nice to get out of London. Oh, I can't see where I'm going. Oh, it sounds so good. Down a gear. The gearbox is pretty instant, to be fair. I missed having an RS3 because the saloon, I drove that car everywhere. Trust me, I drove it everywhere. Like, it was crazy. I honestly think I did 8,000 miles in the loan car which I had. In what? 3-4 months, which shows how much I really used it. Because let's be honest, you can't use the R8 every single day. Well, like I say, I've said it before, you can, but the depreciation would be huge because they're only going down in price. And not only that, just the fuel, it's just not the most fuel efficient car. And plus with this, with what I do quite like about the Sportback, with it being so small, like in a small space in the city, etc., you're fine. These cars now, these days, are as quick as your old sort of Audi R8 and things like that, if not quicker. Like, they are getting ridiculously fast. This car would beat, yeah, most old supercars, which is just, it takes time to get your head around that. They're just getting quicker and quicker, because what we did do, which isn't really relevant to the supercar thing, but we put my Mercedes A45 AMG up against a RS3. And the RS3 was in another county. It basically wasn't even a race. Wow. I forgot how quick these are. I forgot how quick these cars really are. Wet conditions like today, this is your best bet. Like, I remember the day when we did the launch of this car and we drove it. We were like, the weather is shocking, but the Quattro system was that impressive that that car was the best bet for that day. If you took the R8 out on that day, honestly, I'd be on my roof. But in terms of with this, it's just like so easy to drive. I think what it is that the Quattro system makes these cars so easy to drive. So I've just quickly pulled over on the side of the road just because I wanted to get out and just have a look at it. I do that quite a lot in my videos. I'll sort of be driving and I'm like, right, I'm driving it, but I also want to jump out and sort of see it from the outside and get a real true feel of it from all kinds of experiences. What I want to talk to you guys about is I want to go through a spec sheet with you. They have emailed me a spec sheet so you guys can see it. 19-inch diamond cut wheels. How much do they come to? Oh, £700. Advanced key, matrix LED headlights. Matrix LED headlights, yes. Matrix LED headlights are incredible. They, at night, it feels like you're basically driving in the day. Like, that is like the future. They are incredible. A privacy glass, RS Sport exhaust system, black roof tails, inlays carbon. Top speed increase to 174 miles an hour. This, if you want to increase the speed to 174 miles an hour, will cost you £1,600. I've never actually done a launch control in one of these RS3s, but I can imagine it is pretty epic. I don't actually know how to do it. I think you have to turn so many different settings off. In the R8, all you have to do is hold down performance mode and then put the paddles in and you go. But in this, I think you have to turn traction control off. Anyway, I don't know. I'm putting traction control back on in these conditions. What I keep thinking about is that, what exhaust system can I put on this car? And then I have to realise, look, this is not yours, but I would love an aftermarket exhaust on something like this. Obviously, the sports exhaust does sound very nice. Don't get me wrong, it sounds amazing, but it could definitely be louder. It's just so safe. Like, this car is safe. That is one thing. It's not going to chuck you off the road. Like, how they've made it is that get your foot down and hold on. So there we have it. The car is all parked up in the garage. How good does that look? These lights are wicked. It's going to be a very fun couple of weeks, getting the chance to use it and get a proper feel for the Sportback and bring that content to you guys. I really have enjoyed getting behind the wheel of an RS3. After the saloon, I definitely have missed it. That noise and the gearbox, everything about it. It is just fun. I think that's one way to summarize this car up. It's just a lot of fun. A lot of people have been saying there's too much Audi content on the channel. I do apologize. Obviously, after a couple of days ago saying that I'm going to be getting the new RS4, I love that car. To be honest with you, the RS4 is just the pinnacle for me, but it's not all going to be that content. It is going to change up, but when Audi said we're going to be giving you a Sportback for a couple of weeks, I was like, bring it round. Deliver it to my house and I will happily accept. If there's any content which you want to see with this car, just put it in the comment section down below and I will go through those comments and try and make it happen. Anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all very soon.